It's late. The world is quiet, but your mind isn't. You're sitting in your favorite chair, the one that's held you through decades of triumphs and failures. The TV's off, the house is still, but there's a weight in your chest you can't name. It's not grief, not anger. It's something deeper, something you've carried for years but never spoken aloud. You think of the guys you used to know, the ones you laughed with, fought beside, shared beers with. Where are they now? Their faces blur, their voices fade, and you realize you haven't spoken to them in years. Maybe decades. You're surrounded by people, family, co-workers, neighbors, but you're alone. Not physically, but in a way that cuts deeper. You've been taught to be strong, to keep it together, to never show weakness. But tonight, that armor feels like a cage. What if the real secret to a full life, a strong life, isn't silence, it's connection? What if the world has lied to you about what it means to be a man? I'm pulling you into the truth now, one they don't want you to see. Stay with me. This is going to change how you live. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below. Your story matters, and together, we're breaking the silence. You've felt it, haven't you? That hollow ache when you realize the guys you used to call brothers are strangers now. You tell yourself it's just life. People drift, priorities shift. But that's the first lie they sold you. Men over 50, especially in America, are lonelier than ever. Studies show that 1 in 5 men your age have no close friends, not one. Not because you're broken, but because the world trained you to believe that deep friendships are optional, that emotions are a luxury you can't afford. From the time you were a boy, you were told to man up, to bury your fears, your doubts, your need for connection. That cultural conditioning isn't an accident, it's a design. Society profits when men are isolated. Strong, silent types don't ask for help, don't challenge the status quo, don't build bonds that threaten the system. But here's the truth they don't want you to know: loneliness kills. A 2015 study found that social isolation increases mortality risk by 26 to 29%, as deadly as smoking or obesity. It's not just your heart or your blood pressure, it's your soul. Your brain craves connection like it craves air. Without it, the prefrontal cortex, the part that handles emotions and decisions, starts to wither. You feel less sharp, less alive. But you can fight back. Start small. Call an old friend, just one. Not to catch up, but to really talk. Ask how he's doing, and mean it. Listen. Share something real, even if it feels awkward. That discomfort? It's the sound of your armor cracking, and that's where life begins. Join a group, a book club, a hiking crew, a church circle. Not to fill time, but to build something lasting. Science backs this. Men with strong social ties have lower rates of depression and live longer. This isn't about being soft, it's about being human. The world wants you to stay silent, to drift alone. But you're not alone. You're just not supposed to know how much you need others, or how much they need you. Let's dig deeper. Why is it so hard to open up? You've been taught that emotions are weakness, that vulnerability is a liability. That's the second secret they've buried. Expressing emotions isn't just okay, it's power. Men who suppress their feelings face higher risks of anxiety, depression, even heart disease. A 2018 study showed that bottling up emotions increases inflammation in the body, raising your chance of chronic illness by up to 35%. Your heart isn't just a muscle, it's a ledger, keeping score of every unspoken fear, every buried grief. When you don't express, you implode. But here's the truth they don't want you to see: vulnerability builds strength. When you share what's weighing you down, a fear, a regret, a hope, you're not weakening, you're forging bonds that make you unbreakable. Start with something small. Write a letter to a friend you've lost touch with. Don't send it, just write it. Let the words flow, raw and honest. It's not about perfection, it's about breaking the dam. Or try this. Find one person you trust and tell them one thing you're afraid of. Not the big stuff, just something real. I'm worried I'm not doing enough for my kids. I miss how things used to be. That act, that single moment of courage, rewires your brain. Studies show that expressing emotions activates the amygdala, calming stress responses and boosting resilience. But the world doesn't make this easy. Movies glorify the stoic hero, workplaces reward the guy who never flinches, and social media shames men who show cracks. That's by design. They want you disconnected, because connected men are dangerous. They ask questions. They demand change. You're starting to see it, aren't you? This isn't just about you. It's about a system that thrives when you're silent. Now, let's talk about what connection really looks like. It's not just beers and ball games, though those have their place. It's about depth, about knowing and being known. The third secret they hide is that deep friendships don't just happen, they're built. Men your age often lose friends because life pulls you apart. Careers, families, moves. But the bigger barrier is fear. Fear of rejection, of looking weak, of not knowing how to start. A 2020 survey found that 60% of men over 50 wish they had closer friendships but don't know how to make them. Here's how you start. Show up. Not just physically, but emotionally. Reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in years. Text, call, meet for coffee. Don't wait for them to make the first move. And when you're together, ask real questions. What's been tough lately? What's got you excited? Listen without fixing. Men are conditioned to solve problems, but sometimes the strongest thing you can do is hear someone out. Join something bigger than yourself, a volunteer group, a hobby club, a faith community. These aren't just activities, they're lifelines. Research shows that men with strong social networks have a 50% lower risk of cognitive decline. Connection keeps your brain sharp, your heart steady. But here's the catch. You have to show up as you, not the mask you've worn for decades. Share a story from your past, a lesson you've learned, a dream you've buried. That's where the bond begins. The system doesn't want this. It wants you scrolling, working, consuming, not connecting. Because when men come together, they rewrite the rules. Share your story in the comments below. Tell us one person you're going to reach out to. Your courage will inspire someone else to do the same. Let's get raw now. The fourth secret is about purpose. Without it, loneliness isn't just an ache, it's a void. You've spent years building a career, raising a family, being the provider. But now, maybe you're retired, or the kids are gone, and you're wondering, what's left? That question isn't a sign of weakness, it's a signal you're ready for more. Purpose isn't just a job or a role, it's what makes you feel alive. A 2019 study found that men with a sense of purpose live longer and have lower rates of depression. It's not about grand gestures, it's about small, meaningful acts. Mentor a younger guy, share the lessons you've learned. Volunteer at a local shelter, coach a team, or teach a skill. These aren't just good deeds, they're anchors. They remind you who you are. And here's the hidden truth. Purpose builds connection. When you show up with intention, you attract others who do the same. Start a group. Maybe it's just 3 guys meeting for breakfast once a month to talk about life, not just sports. Or join a men's group where vulnerability is the norm, not the exception. These exist, and they're growing. A 2021 report showed that men's support groups reduce feelings of isolation by 40%. But the world doesn't advertise this. It pushes distractions, endless streaming, clickbait, noise, to keep you from asking, what am I here for? You're not just a cog in the machine. You're a man with a story, a legacy, a fire. Find it. Feed it. Share it. This is the final truth, the one they've hidden deepest. You're not broken, and you're not alone. The world wants you to believe that men over 50 are supposed to fade, to retreat, to accept isolation as just how it is. That's the lie. You're not defined by the years you've lived, but by the choices you make now. Every step you take, every call, every honest conversation, every act of purpose, is a rebellion against a system that profits from your silence. Science proves it. Men who build connections and express emotions have lower stress, better health, and sharper minds. A 2022 study showed that social engagement cuts dementia risk by 30%. You're not just saving your life, you're reclaiming it. Start today. Pick one person to reach out to. Say one thing you've never said aloud. Join one group that scares you a little. These aren't just actions, they're declarations. You're telling the world, I'm here and I'm not fading. Share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Comment below with one step you're taking today, because when you move, you give others permission to move. This isn't just about friendship or emotions. It's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. You're not alone in this. I'm with you, and so are millions of others breaking free. Let's do this. Let's live.